Bradley Cassidy here from Musicology Online with Wednesday 13.
On a Saturday.
On a Saturday, yes, yeah. Indeed. How do your acoustic stuff come across live in difference to an electric show then?
Completely and totally different, which is the scariest part because it took us a while to kind of get used to that, and I'm still getting used to it every night. But it's just a great thing. I mean, to be able to come over here or go over and do our show acoustically, or take these songs and break them down acoustically and tell the stories and behind them, and it's just a total different thing. With the full band show, that's what people expect. This is something that they don't ever expect, and I like that, because this is probably the most punk rock thing I've done, because it's just, we get up there and we kind of make it up. We get a list of songs, and I tell stories, and I never know what it's going to be like, and it's like a 2-hour experience. So it's been great, and it's the second tour we did over here now, and everyone seems to dig it. So, and
a similar response then, has the crowd responded positively to it Unplugged?
Yeah, I mean, every night it's been the show's sold out tonight. So it's just it was something I didn't know if it was even going to go over as well as it did. We tried it over here 2 years ago, and it seemed to be great. I had people tell me all the time, like, I've seen you 15 times and this is my favorite show. So that's a good, rewarding feeling, you know.
That's brilliant. So with your only acoustic album so far being Undead Unplugged, released in 2014, would you want to release more acoustic material?
Yeah, I mean, just doing that acoustic thing the first time, I told everybody the other night on stage, like, there's so many songs that we didn't record that should have been on there that just sound, I know they sound better now because we had time to work on them. So I definitely think we'll do an Undead Unplugged too, and we'll cover some old songs and things like that, and maybe some new stuff too. So I don't know, it's just fun. I think it's just a different side people get to see of the band, and I think it just makes it a little more human, where you can see it and dissect it like that.
A personal question from me: how open are you to reuniting Murder Dolls or Frankenstein Drag Queen from Planet 13?
I have really no interest in doing Frankenstein Drag Queens as far as a reunion. I mean, that band turns 20 years old this year. We started that in 96, and but again, it was just, again, I don't even speak to most of those guys anymore. I'm on bad terms with them. I just don't really speak anymore. And then Murder Dolls is a whole nother can of worms. It's beyond me. It's not me going, I want to get it back together. It's just, it would have to be Joey and I actually speaking again, and I haven't spoke to him in 5 years. So that's kind of puts a damper on that. So yeah. So that's why I just do my Wednesday stuff, and I'm able to let all those bands still live through what I do, because I still play those songs, and it's still there. So yeah, as long as I'm alive, there is still the spirit of that, all those bands in there.
That's decent. So with you going on about your different side projects, Bourbon Crows released an album last year, Off the Rag and On the Rocks. Mm-hmm. How's that been received? Like,
awesome as well. Yeah, people ask every night, they want us to go on tour with that. You'll see at the show tonight, everyone must say the Bourbon Crow name, everyone cheers. Like, it's a cool little thing that we put the first album out like over 10 years ago, 11 years ago, and now we're on our third one, and it's just again, it's another side of me that people have come to understand that I do, and that's great. I mean, to me, I don't want to be the one guy that I have to be Wednesday 13 24/7. I can do it in different entities and things, and that's just another thing I can do.
Cool. And your new album, Masters of the Universe, Come Out and Plague, came out last year, did it? How's that been received?
Amazing. Great response. I mean, every time you do a record, you hope the fans are going to love it, and I can only try to record the best stuff and hope that people react to it that well. And when it came out, I mean, the subject matter on it was a little different than my past records. It wasn't about the horror movies and things like that, so I didn't really know if the fans were going to react to it. I thought the record was good. I knew it was strong, but I didn't know, because when you change up something like that, people go, what the fuck? But that wasn't the case. Everyone loved it, and people tell me they think it was their favorite album since the first one. So yeah.
With you doing all this stuff, what's next for you? What have you got planned?
More and more stuff. I have a full year of touring lined up. I mean, this tour ends tonight, and then we're in Australia, full band, a couple weeks, and then we have a full U.S. run, and then we're spending the summer recording a new full-length, full band album, which we'll hopefully have out this time next year. And then I'm doing some more acoustic stuff at the end of the year in the States. We're doing Halloween over here in London. So I got a pretty busy year, and just kind of repeat the same thing. Just tour, new album, tour, take a break, tour. That's all I know how to do.
you've mentioned your fans a lot, and I've noticed you care a deep amount about your fans. But what was there's one craziest fan interaction that you've got to say, because you've been around for a long time, what would you say it was?
Craziest? Man, there's so many. Most of them I can't talk about. But I don't know. I mean, I have a unique fan base, and every day there's seems to be something that'll just go, what the fuck? You know, I mean, somebody asked me for my blood in Germany. That's one of the stories I tell. Like, they actually wrote me a letter and sent me a syringe, a clean syringe and needle, and asked me for my blood, and like wanted to make necklaces out of it and things like that. So I don't think that was like uncalled for. I mean, like, whoa, that's insane. But it was kind of like, wow.
I'd say it was up there.
That is that's very unique.
Yeah. So my final question is, how does a nightclub such as this one differ from a large venue, and what do you prefer to play?
I mean, man, I've been playing places, I mean, since I've started playing. I mean, I played places like this. Well, not like this, because this place is fucking...
I've never been here.
This is awesome.
It's mental.
But no, I mean, I play little bars. I play in the States. We play little places, big places. It's just... we play wherever we can fit and do our show. And so for me, it's just a show's a show. Sometimes doing bigger shows are scary. Sometimes doing little tiny shows are scary. Just doing these acoustic shows for me are scary, just because there's nothing to hide behind.
Something different, isn't it?
Yes, me and our guitarist. If I fuck up or he fucks up, you hear it. There's no drums. There's nothing, and you know, we fuck up every night. And but we're honest about it. And but that's probably the hardest thing, because there's nothing to hide behind when we go up there. Like, literally, you're on stage and we're playing, and someone could drop something out of their pocket, and we hear it, and we're like, what the fuck? Because it's so quiet up there. But it's still a good thing. I just have to tell everybody the ground rules up front. It's like, hey, it's quiet, so shut the fuck up when I'm talking.
Brilliant. Yeah. Thank you for the